In July and August this year, we surveyed New Zealanders about the future of automotive in New Zealand, and we got some pretty exciting results. So we surveyed 550 people, and we found that 11% of people are willing to buy an electric vehicle for their next car. That's reasonably low numbers still compared to petrol and diesel, but pretty exciting for the journey ahead for electric vehicles. New Zealanders thinking about electric vehicles get concerned about a few things. In our survey we found that battery life is one of the top concerns, and I guess that'll be causing a bit of what people refer to as range anxiety. We found that 41% of respondents were concerned about battery life. The other thing for New Zealanders is cost. Cost is a big thing for anybody buying a car actually. So cost came out as our second biggest concern, and then the third one was overall reliability. And I guess that's it's a factor with any new technology. You're often worried about the reliability, and that came through for New Zealanders as well. We've seen fantastic growth on Trade Me from people looking to buy an EV. So we've seen a 71% increase in the number of people watch listing an electric vehicle on Trade Me. What's been really good as well is we've seen a huge increase in the amount of electric vehicles for sale. So there's been a 72% increase in the amount of electric vehicles for sale on Trade Me. That's from last year. And so what's been great is that we've got dealers bringing in used electric vehicles, particularly the Nissan Leaf is a very popular model on Trade Me at the moment, as well as a few other models. And so that's great to see that increase in both buyers looking on Trade Me as well as sellers with electric vehicles to sell. The other thing to overcome will be getting a good infrastructure and network of charging stations. There are some companies investing there. We know the power companies have been pretty active and supportive there, but there's still a long way to go. It'll be great to see that all evolve over the next few years. Self-driving vehicles are getting a fair amount of press at the moment. It's a pretty exciting new technology that will be fantastic in our generation. We surveyed New Zealanders' attitudes towards them, and we found that around 2/3 are still a bit nervous about the notion of self-driving vehicles. There's some interesting results in there though. Women tend to be far more nervous than men about self-driving vehicles. 74% of women said they had some issues with stepping into a self-driving vehicle, whereas 56% of men were nervous about that. Young people are slightly less concerned though. We found that 28% of young people, that's 18 to 25-year-olds, would have some issues with self-driving vehicles. So certainly something the younger generation seems to be more comfortable with. When we talked to New Zealanders, we asked them what the next vehicle was likely to be, and we still found that fossil fuels and the good old combustion engine is still going to be tops for a wee while yet. 71% of New Zealanders thought their next vehicle would be either a petrol or a diesel engine. And 17% on top of that thought they might go for a hybrid, which is encouraging to see. So still only 11% are looking to buy an electric vehicle next. Despite the ongoing savings, the initial cost of buying an electric vehicle is still a pretty big deterrent for New Zealanders. In July, the average cost of an electric vehicle on Trade Me Motors was $24,000, which is quite a bit higher than the average price of a normal car. Of the almost 800 electric vehicles on sale on Trade Me right now, the most popular is by far the Nissan Leaf. New Zealanders have a little bit of a love affair going with the Nissan Leaf. We've got a few Teslas that occasionally pop up there for those people that are looking for something a little bit more sporty and fast, but the Nissan Leaf remains number one for now. Trade Me's been trying to make it easier for New Zealanders to get into an electric vehicle. So we've been doing reviews of electric vehicles. You'll find them up on Trade Me at the moment. We talk about things like the range of an electric vehicle or what issues you might have. It's one of the things we're trying to do. We're trying to make it a little bit easier and take away a little bit of that uncertainty that New Zealanders might have.